You've been doing it all along. Every thought, every emotion, every breath you take, and it's not just happening inside you, it's happening to the field around you. What most people don't realize is that they're already manipulating energy. They're just doing it unconsciously, scattered, unfocused, unaware. And when you're unaware, the results feel random, chaotic, unpredictable. But the moment you become aware, the moment you realize that the so-called external world is just a mirror, reflecting the vibrations you broadcast, that's when life begins to shift in a way that seems almost supernatural. Here's the truth most people are missing. You're not separate from the energy you want to influence. You're submerged in it. You are an extension of the very field you're trying to shape. In that field, it's listening to you, not to your words, not to your effort, but to your state. This is the subconscious connection. This is the invisible current running underneath everything you think, say, and do. Pause for a second. Think about the last time something happened in your life that felt like a coincidence, a perfectly timed encounter, an opportunity appearing out of nowhere, or a moment when you just knew what was about to happen. Those weren't accidents. They were quantum events, ripples in the field responding to the frequencies you were emitting, whether you realized it or not. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. It's not your conscious mind doing the heavy lifting. It's your subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't care what you say you want. It responds to what you actually believe, what you consistently feel, and what you habitually expect. That's why affirmations without emotional backing often fail. That's why visualizations with doubt underneath collapse, because the subconscious connection is the back door to the field. And until you unlock that door, you're just decorating the front porch. Quantum events are not magic tricks. They are the result of interactions between your inner world and the quantum fabric of reality. Think about it like this. Your thoughts send out signals, your emotions magnetize those signals, and your subconscious alignment determines the clarity of the transmission. Together, they either create interference, noise that cancels itself out, or coherence, a clear instruction to the field. The question is not if you're manipulating energy, it's how well you're doing it. Look around your life right now. The circumstances you're living in, the relationships you're surrounded by, the opportunities or lack thereof you're experiencing, all of it is a perfect reflection of the signals you've been broadcasting up until this moment. That's not judgment, that's physics. And once you understand that, you stop blaming random chance. You stop thinking you're a victim of fate. You begin to understand that you've been shaping your reality all along, just without the manual. But here's where most people freeze. They assume this means they have to micromanage every thought, every feeling, every action. That's exhausting. That's not how the field works. The key is not to control every wave of your mind. The key is to create a dominant signal so strong, so consistent that the occasional negative thought or moment of doubt doesn't matter. You become the lighthouse, not the flickering candle. And here's the deeper layer. When your subconscious alignment matches your conscious intention, the field responds with precision. That's when you start to see synchronicities multiply, opportunities accelerate, and quantum events unfold that defy logical explanation. It's not about working harder. It's about transmitting cleaner. Most people live in contradiction. They say they want abundance, but they radiate lack. They crave love, but they broadcast fear. They visualize success, but they embody unworthiness, and the field listens to the body, the breath, the vibration, while not the words. This is why the subconscious connection is everything. So here's where it gets really exciting. If you could learn to consciously influence this process, to amplify the signal you're already sending, to remove the static, to synchronize your inner world with the quantum field, what would become possible for you? What if the dream life you've been chasing is not something to be built step by step, but something to be tuned into, like a frequency that's been waiting for you to dial it in? Pause with me on that thought. If you were already influencing the energy field without trying, if you were already sending signals that shape your reality, if you were already half creating quantum events without awareness, what happens when you bring full awareness into the process? In the next block, we'll explore exactly how to do that, how to create coherence between your mind, heart, and body so you can turn scattered energy into a command signal the field can't ignore. This is where it moves from theory to practice. But before we go there, let me ask you this: are you ready to unlock that next level? So, here we are standing at the edge between scattered intention and coherent influence. Up until now, you've been sending signals to the field without a manual, often without realizing which part of you was in control. But here's the truth: not all signals are created equal. The power to truly manipulate energy and create quantum events comes not from trying harder, but from aligning the systems inside you so that your message to the field becomes unmistakable. This is where coherence comes in. You see, most people walk around in energetic noise. Their mind says one thing, their heart feels another, and their body does something entirely different. This creates interference, a tangled mess of frequencies that cancel each other out. And when the field receives mixed signals, it doesn't know how to respond. It's like trying to tune into a radio station while blasting static through the speakers. No matter how close you are to the right frequency, the noise will drown it out. But coherence changes everything. When your brain waves, heart rhythms, and nervous system enter into a state of alignment, you become a tuning fork for the reality you want to experience. Your thoughts stop contradicting your emotions. Your desires stop fighting your beliefs. Your body stops acting like the enemy of your mind. And in that moment, the signal you send out is no longer a whisper. It's a command. Research shows that the heart produces an electromagnetic field many times stronger than the brain. This field doesn't just stay inside your chest. It radiates outward, influencing people, events, and environments around you. And when you combine coherent heart energy with focused intention from the brain, you create a broadcast signal that interacts with the quantum field in a profoundly organized way. But here's the real magic. You don't need to be perfect to do this. You don't need to control every negative thought or suppress every difficult emotion. Coherence is not perfection, it's dominance. It's about creating a strong enough baseline of alignment that the occasional wave of chaos doesn't throw you off course. So how do you do it? You start with awareness. Notice when your body is tense, when your mind is racing, when your breath is shallow. Bring yourself back to the body, slow the breath, calm the heart, drop into the moment. Then set a clear intention, not from desperation, but from trust. Picture the outcome you want. Feel the emotion of already having it and let your body memorize that state. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. You stop chasing reality and you start magnetizing it. People often ask, how long does it take to see results? The better question is, how long are you willing to practice coherence until it becomes who you are, not just what you do? Because when this alignment becomes your default, the field has no choice but to respond. Now I want to pause here and invite you into something important. If this message is resonating with you, if you're starting to feel that inner click, that sense of this is what I've been missing, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Not because I'm asking for numbers, but because this space is designed to help you stay in resonance with these ideas. And if you're ready to take this conversation deeper, share with me in the comments. What's one area of your life where you feel most out of coherence right now? It doesn't have to be a confession or a weakness. Think of it as a doorway, the entry point where transformation can begin. And when you name it, you begin to loosen its grip. So let's carry this forward. You've now understood the difference between scattered energy and aligned energy. But the next layer is where things get really interesting, because coherence alone isn't enough. There's a deeper mechanism in play, a dance between you and the field that determines whether your intentions collapse into actual events. You're about to discover the hidden architecture behind quantum manifestation, the mechanics of probability, expectation, and wave collapse. We're going to explore how small shifts inside you ripple outward and reorganize the very fabric of your reality. Stay with me, because we'll uncover why some people experience quantum leaps and synchronicities effortlessly, while others feel stuck in the same loops no matter how hard they try. So now you know coherence is your access point, but alignment alone is only part of the equation. To truly influence the field, you need to understand the dance of probability, the invisible game happening beneath every moment of your life. Because here's the secret most people overlook. The universe doesn't deliver your desires just because you want them. It delivers what you're tuned to expect. Let me explain. In quantum physics, we talk about wave functions, possibilities that exist simultaneously until something collapses them.